Alright, Eric, we're gonna do our next, or our first video lesson of the end of the semester.
Okay.
We're gonna start with the positioning of the instrument. So just hold your instrument real quick like this.
Sure.
Put the bow down. Now we're gonna start off by picking up the instrument with our left hand.
Yep.
And we're gonna raise it up. We're gonna put this part, we're gonna line it up with our ear.
Okay.
And we're gonna bring it down to our collarbone. And that's gonna be the basic, setup for where you're gonna be playing. You want to stay straight, good posture.
Okay.
You don't want to be hunched over. You don't want the instrument to be down.
Right.
You want to be straight, 90-degree angle. So.
This is okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
We're gonna start off getting used to fingerboard stuff.
Sure.
But we're gonna start up here on the instrument. So put your fingers on the bout of the instrument. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna tap, tap, tap. And we'll work our way back, and now bring your finger down here under the fingerboard, and we're going to do the same thing on the strings. And work our way back.
Okay.
Okay. Back all the way to first position. So you look pretty good. Hand position's good. Okay. So let's pick up the bow. We'll go over bow hold.
Yep.
Now, before we even put it, apply it to the instrument, we're just going to work with the bow. So Now, before we even touch the bow, you see this pencil? I would like you to pick up this pencil just like that.
Alright.
Alright, show it to the camera.
Okay.
Now that's going to be our basic bow hold. So now you're going to do the same thing, except do it with the bow. Alright, very good. Fingers over, pinky up on top.
Yeah.
Thumb in the right position. Alright, we look good. Perfect. So now we'll move on. We're going to move on. We're just going to play some open strings.
Sure.
Just to get used to. Make sure your hand is free. Make sure you have finger motion.
Okay.
That pronation and supination. Make sure that is all there. So let's go. Let's hear some open C's. Alright, so now we'll go over some different bow strokes. So the first bow stroke we'll go over is legato, which is basically what you just did. We're going to do long bow strokes. Good. So now what is the characteristic of legato? What do you think when you're playing legato?
Very smooth, very lush.
Nice. Exactly.
And always connected.
Alright, so now we'll do staccato. So what do you think when you hear of the bow stroke, staccato?
So I think just jumpy.
Jumpy. Alright, perfect. So let's hear some staccato. Good. The last one we'll go over, we'll do spiccato. This one's a bit more advanced, but I think we can do it.
All right.
So, what is spiccato?
It's dum 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 dum.
Exactly. Now, keep in mind we are going to keep this an on the string stroke. It's not an off stroke. So it's going to be short and it's going to be bouncier than what the staccato was. So it's going to basically just be. You want to think of it as like a brush stroke almost. Think of it more, yeah, exactly.
I know what you're saying.
More horizontal than vertical. Nice. Alright, that's good. Now for vibrato.
I'm having a little bit of trouble on the keeping it together.
Well,
what do you suggest?
Let's see what you got first. Alright, so what you're doing is you're using your vibrato from your finger basically solely. What you want to do is you want to get your wrist involved and just... We'll start slow, so try to do that slowly. Make sure you're using your wrist to help you. It's getting better, yeah. Okay. Not too bad. Work on incorporating the wrist movement too, because it'll really help. Because you're getting a narrow vibrato. If you widen it out, you should get used to being able to play a narrow as well as a wide vibrato.
It's different on the cello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's looking
I know
good.
What you're saying.
So for basics and everything, it's not too bad. What else could we go over?
Is the bow hand okay? Just like this. Like this.
The bow hand is okay. Make sure your pinky's not. I know cello bow holds tend to have the pinky off the stick. Make sure you keep the pinky on the stick because it's going to help with control.
All right.
Left hand looks good. You know, you're not collapsing your wrist or anything, so it's perfect.
For a student-based question, if they asked what is the best way to read alto clef, what would you say as if I'm asking the question?
Well, best thing to keep in mind is middle C is right in the middle of the staff.
Right.
Another thing you can remember is that your open strings are your open strings are in all of the open spaces. So your G is the bottom space, D is the middle, and then A is going to be the top, right above. So that's another good way to remember like landmarks. So that'll be your basic, go-to.
Sure. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Everything's looking good. Thank you.
Sweet. Thank you, JT.
Awesome.
Appreciate that.